Good day, everyone. Hope everybody is well and safe. If you are an overseas nurse wishing to migrate to the UK, this is the right channel for you, because on this channel, I discuss how you can migrate from whichever country you were trained in to the UK as a registered nurse. In this particular video, I'm going to address this issue which is going on about overseas nurses not being recruited actively by the UK government or by recruitment agencies as it was done before. Initially, what used to go on was that if you wish to migrate to the UK, you didn't really have to do much. What you really needed to do was to contact an agency, that is a recruitment agency, submit your CV to them. They would get the job for you, set up an interview for you, and by the time you know it, you already have a job and you've got a job offer, and then they go on to apply for certificate of sponsorship for you. With that certificate of sponsorship, together with the job offer, you add the rest of the documents needed, you apply for your visa, and then you come to the UK to do your OSCE, get your PIN, and then you start working. But it's not like that anymore. So what is going on right now is that WHO has come up with a policy, and it's not allowing recruiters to actively recruit from overseas, especially from developing countries. And the main reason behind this is they think it's a bit unfair, because developing countries seem to be already deprived in so many aspects. So recruiting or bringing over their health workers is a bit unfair onto them, most especially during pandemic. So it's not allowing recruiters to recruit actively as they used to do before. Initially, you could see that recruiters could go to other African countries, do massive advertisement that we want nurses to come to the UK and all that. So it's not like that anymore. Even the agency that brought me here to the UK, I went onto their website and there is this big notice: we are unable to accept candidates from developing countries. So I've received a lot of messages from people back home asking what is going on, why this new policy. It's making it so difficult for people to get jobs. And honestly, come to think of it, it seems a bit unfair to be recruiting people from overseas and all that. But I know people who have graduated from nursing schools, they are still home not getting any job. So this policy has even made matters worse. People are much more frustrated than before. So in this video, I'm just going to address this issue and see how best we can help in this situation, to see how best we can help people who have already started this journey. I know people have already written IELTS and CBT, and now getting the job has become a problem. People are yet to start, but now they are even discouraged because they are so confused. They don't even know where to start or whether to even go ahead with this. But then I'm here to reassure you, this should not stop you at all. Although there is a ban on active recruitment, you can apply individually to the hospitals directly. It does not stop you at all from coming to the UK. That is not the main idea behind this whole thing. So I've logged on to the website where we've got the facts about this suspension of international recruitment. So this is the website. It says developing countries recruitment. So it states here, the newly revised 25th February 2021 Department of Health and Social Care Code of Practice for International Recruitment. So it says below here, the country list below is based on the WHO's workforce and support safeguard list. And so let's go down to see the list of the countries. So it said the listed countries have a UHC service coverage index, which is lower than 50, and the density of doctors and nurses and midwives, that is below the global median. So I think what they are trying to say is that the developing countries, they don't have enough health workers. So recruiting actively from those countries is unfair, and it even deprives them the more. So let's go down to see the list of countries. So we've got, I think it's in alphabetical order. So we've got Afghanistan, Angola,
Bangladesh, Benin, Burkina Faso, Burundi, Cameroon, Central Africa. So just follow through so that you see if your country is listed. We've got Chad, Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, Cote d'Ivoire, Djibouti, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Gabon, the Gambia, Ghana, Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Haiti, Kiribati. Oh, I don't even know which country that is. Well, Lesotho, Liberia, Madagascar, Malawi, Mali, Mauritania, Macedonia, Mozambique, Nepal, Niger, Nigeria, Pakistan, Papua New Guinea, Senegal, Sierra Leone, Solomon Islands. So that's a long list. Tanzania, Uganda, Togo, Sudan, South Sudan, Vanuatu, Yemen. So that is it. It's not really hearsay, or it's not just rumors. This is where it's coming from. It's coming from the NHS employers. That's the official website. So there you have it. So we just have to find ways and means of actually seeing how best we can help each other, not to get discouraged about this at all. So even if you've seen your country listed in here, that shouldn't discourage you. And surprisingly, I didn't see Philippines, I didn't see India. One thing I've realized is if your country is not listed, then it means your country has signed memorandum, what do they call it? Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, with your country. So if your country has that with UK, then they can recruit actively. But if your country is listed here in this list, then it means your country have not signed that memorandum of understanding. So they are not allowed to actively come to your country to recruit. So the most interesting part here is, like I mentioned before, this does not stop you as an individual from applying. So it says here, the list doesn't prevent individual health and social care personnel from independently applying to the health and social care employers for employment in UK of their own accord and without being targeted by a third party. So that means just have a look at this area I've highlighted. It does not stop you from applying directly to the employers. So if it's NHS job you are looking for, you are still allowed to go ahead and do it as an individual, but not through agencies actively as it was being done before. So I hope this really helps and clarifies things.
So in everything, they say give thanks to God. There is always a good side to everything. So although it's become very, very frustrating for people in terms of getting a job offer to come to the UK, now the process has become a bit slow, because initially when you are dealing with the agencies, you don't really have to do anything. I didn't have to apply directly to the hospital. I just submitted my CV to my agency, and that was it. The next thing I knew was I've been set up for interview. So this whole process has become very, very frustrating for people having to contact the hospitals or apply directly. But then there is always a good side to this. So the good side about this process now is you get to communicate directly with the hospital, with the HR of the hospitals you are applying to. When you get a job offer, at least even before you apply, you get to see the salary you are being offered. You know exactly what type of job you are applying for. You know which ward you are going to be working in. In my time, I didn't even know which ward I was going to go to. I didn't even know whether I was going to like it or not. I didn't know what my roles and responsibilities were going to be. But in this case, you get to see the job. The salary will be clearly stated. If it matches your expectations, you go ahead, you apply. Some people had intensive care unit experience, but then initially when you were dealing with agencies, you come to the UK and they will take you to a ward that you don't even have any experience in. Some people really had that passion to still go ahead and work in the intensive care unit because that was what they were doing back home. But then they ended up in different wards that they were not even enjoying. So it can be a bit frustrating in a way. But with this, you see the job for yourself. If it's intensive care unit job you apply for, you know that is where you are going. So you know already what is expected of you. You know the salary. I mean, it can be so intense being in that unit. So if you realize the salary they've even stated is not something that meets your expectation, at least you can negotiate. During the interview, they would always ask you, do you have any questions? That is when you have to come up. Don't be shy to ask about salary expectations. That is when you can actually negotiate. If you know the experience you have and what you'll be offering them, this is the opportunity for you to actually ask questions about salary expectations. And if it meets your expectations, you just go ahead and apply. Another good side of this is that there is no middleman. So I know some agencies have even asked candidates to pay money and all that. There's nothing like that. You do directly with them, and if they are happy with you, they'll pick you. You don't need to pay any money to anybody at all. Also, you get the chance to apply to so many other hospitals. But when you're dealing with agencies, it's just what they have available or the hospital they have available. So let's not focus so much on the negative, but rather consider the positive aspect of this, and then put in every effort to apply for as many jobs as possible, so that it will increase your chance. Because this whole thing is not to stop anybody from coming to the UK at all. That is not their idea. There is still hope. Don't lose hope at all. You can still make it here. You can still come. You are still allowed to come, because every week I see people coming, and they did it on their own, not through any agencies. They apply directly. So it's still possible. So don't be discouraged. Don't let this discourage you at all. Some people have written IELTS, OET, CBT, and they are just frustrated about this job thing because of this policy that came up. But don't be discouraged at all. There is still a way for you out there. So if you are someone who has already passed your IELTS, your OET, CBT, and you are looking for the job, now that we have to apply directly, how do we go about it? Most people are still skeptical about how to go about applying for this job in the first place. It can be a bit frustrating being overseas and applying for an international job. I know how stressful it can be. So what you need to do now is to go to the NHS jobs portal. So NHS is like the leading health provider. I work for the NHS, and even as I've been here, I've applied to some other jobs, and you still go to the NHS portal. So you just go to the NHS. If you are applying from overseas, just go to Google and then type NHS jobs, and then the portal will open. You create an account, you have a look at the various types of jobs they have available. So you can type maybe band 5 nurse jobs in that search box that will appear. You also have the option to select which region you want to work in, either in Wales, Northern Ireland, England. You have that option to select which part of UK you want to work in. You can also select the salary expectations, and then you click on search. It will come up with a whole lot of vacancies. Even if you have a special area you are interested in, you can also add that, so that at least it will come up with multiple options for you to pick from. So once you search through the jobs that will come up on the NHS portal, just take a critical look at the job specifications, the roles and responsibilities, and if it matches with what you want, just start the application. Apart from the NHS portal, you can also go to trackjobs.com. So there are also jobs. Some NHS hospitals advertise their jobs through the trackjobs.com. So you can also go directly onto that website, search through the jobs that meet your experience. So if it's a band 5 role, obviously as a nurse, definitely the start off is a band 5. Then you can start the process over there. So like I said, there is always a way out. Don't be discouraged at all. Do not let anybody put any fear in you that they've completely stopped recruitment. No, that is not the case. It's just that policy WHO came up with that has made international recruitment a bit slow, but you can still do it on your own. You are allowed to do it on your own. It's not like an agency trying to like drag you from your country forcefully to the UK, you know, So you are not going against any policy if you're applying on your own because you wish to migrate and you are doing it directly. So we've come to the end of this video. I didn't really want it to be a long video because most people know what's on ground. So now the solution to this issue is what we need. So in the next video, I'm just going to share tips on how best you can come up with a good supporting statement which will make your application stand out from others, so that at least it will maximize your chances of getting the job, because most people are complaining of having applied to several hospitals but not getting any feedback. So in the next video, I'm going to share with you a few tips that would help in you securing that job. So if this video has been useful, give it a thumbs up and keep sharing with anybody who is on this journey and a bit frustrated with this job issue and all that, and let everybody know there is still hope out there. And see you in the next video. So if you found this video useful, kindly join the family and subscribe, and I promise you won't regret subscribing to this channel, because we always come up with new updates. We share tips and ideas to help our fellow colleagues who are also on this journey. So see you in my next video. Bye.